the world. We have today people from Indonesia who have joined us, very esteemed speakers. We would like to start the webinar, just needed to do a little bit of maintenance. We've got, I've got to let you know that we're recording this webinar and that it's going to be streamed live today, right now, but it is also recorded for us to be able to leave it on YouTube and on social media a little bit later for those who couldn't join us. We've got 10 participants so far, so welcome everybody. If you have questions, while we're talking, this is going to be a very informal chat about intellectual property and technology, and in particular in the art world, but also in the music world, as we've got some very esteemed Southeast Asia music producers right here. The questions, you can put them in the Q&A, which is right down below in the margin, in the center of your screen. So feel free to write there and I will ask them as we go. We'd also like to thank our interpreter today, as we have some of our speakers who are not fluent in English. So we decided we would have an interpreter. So it may be a little bit longer than usual. And then I would like you to stay on to the very end, because we have a super surprise to share with you at the end of this webinar. So without further ado, let me introduce the speakers. We had registered the Minister of Tourism, Mr. Sandiaga Uno. Unfortunately, his work was taken away. His ministry had to use him for another event this morning. So we have a speech which he recorded for us very kindly, which I will share. Then we have Octav Panggabean. He's the CEO of RPM, the music company or the record company that we all know. We have Mr. Imam Maskun, who's the founder of ArtOs Nusantara, and he will tell us what that is, because I'm not sure, to be honest. I checked it up and left it for him to explain. We have Mr. Indra Putra, who's become an old friend now to WISe.ART, so welcome Indra, and look forward to hearing. And then we've got Lita, who's been great help, so thank you very much for your presence. And then, of course, last but not least, we have Farel Prayoga, who's a little prodigy in the Southeastern music scene, and we're looking forward to hearing his song, and hopefully it'll be streamed on all the airwaves from now on, thanks to us. Recording of the minute. Well, let me go on to the questions then. Again, thank you very much for being here. And I would like to, so basically what Mr. Uno was saying is that the intellectual property is very important, and that he was very grateful to IM Productions, which is Indra Putra Society or Enterprise, and WISe.ART to actually raise awareness about this intellectual property. It's been an issue ever since beginning of art or music or whatever, and actually Chanel, Coco Chanel, who obviously everybody knows her fashion, she always used to say, when people copy me, it's actually a sign of success. So, but of course, when there's money involved, it's a little bit more complicated than that. So maybe Lita, do you want to expand on why we need to talk about this and why we need to raise awareness?
Okay, so good morning ladies and gentlemen. Selamat siang menjelang sore Bapak Ibu semua yang ada di Indonesia. Rahayu. So in Indonesia we have this word Ibu Sixtine Rahayu, and it means a wish for good health, prosperity and well-being, but I think it has a deeper meaning, yeah? So Rahayu everybody. Rahayu to Bapak Sandiaga Uno, the Indonesia's Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy. It is such an honor, Bapak. Thank you so much for the support. Terima kasih banyak. And Ibu Sixtine, allow me to address you as Ibu Sixtine, yeah? So
what does Ibu mean?
Okay, I'll explain it. Ibu means ma'am, but it also means a female figure who gives sanctuary from uncertainty. So, and for me, Ibu Sixtine, you are the representative of WISe.ART who play that role for artists all around the world. So, Ibu Sixtine, Rahayu to you.
It's my pleasure. It's my
Yeah.
pleasure, and I'm very honored for this new title. I will use it.
Okay, Ibu 16, it's beautiful, right? Ibu 16. And also Bapak Indra Putra, our tech guy, and of course Bapak Octav Panggabean, one of the most sought after music producers in Indonesia. And also here I see Mas Imam Maskun, Rahayu. You know what, Ibu 16? Banyuwangi is a small city in Eastern Java, and yet Mas Imam Maskun here, he is able to bring his artist go internationally. So he's like the genius man behind ArtOs. So congratulations, Mas Imam Maskun. And also,
Fantastic.
fantastic. And then Farel Prayoga, he'll be joining us soon. But he may be young, but I think his accomplishment reaches further more than us here. And now, let me introduce myself. I'm Lita Sandy, and many call me Lalita. I'm the CEO group of GrammyMusic.tv, a group that oversees improduction.io. So,
Okay.
GrammyMusic.tv is a platform dedicated to music distribution, allowing users to stream their favorite music videos on web browsers. And also, you can find us now on your phone on Android and iOS application. Please do it. On the other hand, is improduction.io is also a digital platform where users can download their favorite songs. So what makes improduction different than other platforms out there? Well, Ibu 16, I'm very proud to say that improduction is different because it is a green platform. So how? Let me share you a story how it began, the story behind it. So in 2022, there was a team called the Dream Team, right, Pa Indra?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
A bunch of
Absolutely.
musicians. Yeah, the bunch of musicians from the US and Indonesia with Bapak Indra Putra here as their music producers. Wow. They sat together and created a song titled Human Race, and they worked together with Forest Nation and of course WISe.ART to speak up about climate change issues. And from then on, we are committed to this mission to strive and actively promote reforestation to support healthy ecosystem and communities by allocating some percentages of our earnings to First Nations. So that's the story behind it. Why I am so proud that improduction is a green platform, and thank you WISe.ART. We are so proud to have WISe.ART as our partner. And why are we gathering here today? It is because Bapak Indra here, he is my discussions partner, who is also my mentor. And after tons of discussion with him, one time he brought to my attention on how Web2 and Web3 technologies work and how Web3 can be utilized for safeguarding digital artworks copyrights. And then we agreed that NFT is the best current solution for artworks because it is transparent and has a unique code for each work that has been registered, especially for paintings. And then suddenly, Bapak Octav Panggabean came up with his brilliant idea of combining music with the artwork. So, you know, Ibu 16, back in the days, people like to read as they listen to their favorite music, vinyl, cassette, or CD. And sometimes we imagined if that copy is signed by our idol, you know, it is a satisfying experience,
becomes a
right?
collector. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And now we can have it again. We want to bring it back so the young generation can experience it. So RPM, couple months ago, represented by Octav Panggabean, brought one of his artists to test the water. This is where ArtOs and Vexanium came in the picture, and this idea received a positive response from all parties involved. In fact, a university from Singapore recently visited Banyuwangi to ArtOs to conduct direct studies about it, and that's why Bapak Indra, who witnessed this, he suggested us to collaborating with WISe.ART, with you, Ibu 16, to expand, to reach of these art and music creations to a broader audience. This is the role of improduction.io, and together with WISe.ART and ArtOs, we invited all the art activists to progress together.
Yeah, and what I
Yes.
find fantastic with the digital world is that you can
Yes.
link everybody east, west, north, south together. I have Mike here. He's going to help us, and we'll try and put the minister's speech on again.
All right.
And I want to watch so that then we don't, we have Farel ready at the end of the webinar.
All right.
It's here. But did you pick it before?
So Bapak Indra, will you sing us some song, Human Race?
The downloads.
Not in this time.
Not this time.
That's not that one, no.
Or Bapak Octav?
It's the minister. Okay. Okay, let us know.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan, salam sehat, salam Indonesia maju, penuh semangat. Intellectual property rights encompass the protections of works that arise from human intellectual abilities in fields such as art, literature, science, aesthetics, and technology. These works are intangible creations that results from an individual's or collective's intellectual capabilities. Since the passage of Law Number 24 of 2019 and Government Regulations Number 24 of 2020, the Indonesia people have shown increased awareness and concerns regarding the importance of intellectual property. Recognizing its significance, intellectual property has become an integral part of the future economy, presenting both opportunities and challenges for the creative economy sectors. I'm Sandiaga Indonesia's Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy, and I appreciate the efforts of Yayasan Langgar Art Banyuwangi, ArtOs Nusantara in raising public awareness about copyright protections. I also extend my congratulations to ArtOs Nusantara and RPM for launching the ArtOs video clip presented by Farel Prayoga. I wish them success in implementing the WISe.ART webinar event organized by IM Productions in collaborations with ArtOs Nusantara, which aims to highlight the benefit of NFT technology for art, particularly painting. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi Santi Santi.
All right. I'm glad that we got it because he had some very important input. So finally it was done. My next question would be to Imam, if that's okay. What are you hoping to get from this webinar? What would you like young people to come away with from the webinar?
Ya, yang saya harapkan dari webinar ini dengan copyright hak cipta, bahwa kita perupa di Banyuwangi, khususnya Banyuwangi, Indonesia, sangat berharap dengan adanya digitalisasi ini, kita market bisa sampai ke mancanegara dan bisa juga survive untuk long time, untuk jangka panjang, nanti bisa anak dan cucu kita yang benar-benar menikmati hasil karya, imajinasi dari original bakat perupa Banyuwangi khususnya dan Indonesia umumnya. Terima kasih.
Okay, can you hear? Okay. So Mas Imam or Om Imam, Mas Imam, hope after we are gathering in this webinar, we hope that this is the first step that we take into this digitalization world, and so we really hope this will bring us a new opportunity to enter this new world, so that our art here from artists that based on Banyuwangi or born in Banyuwangi, especially or in Indonesia, so that they could reach more people to see their arts, and as well as to more people, which also mean more market, right? So yeah, he hoped that, and also he hoped that this creativity and imagination that artist has can be spreaded like more vastly and in many places, not only in regional level but also internationally. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now I have another question. I'm very intrigued on behind you. There is a traditional dancer, and I imagine that's a print. And then on the other side, there is a more contemporary artwork. Can Imam explain the contemporary art scene a little bit in Indonesia? Is it very active?
Oke, contemporary art ini di Indonesia terkenal apa enggak Om? Yang kayak gini Om, yang kayak
Oh yes, untuk lukisan kontemporer ini sangat terkenal sekali karena tradisional art ini mewakili Banyuwangi. Pernah juga tari sebelang ini adalah
yang kontemporer.
Yang kontemporer ini sangat sekarang ini sangat digandrungi ya teman-teman pelukis yang tradisional pun pakai teknik yang kontemporer, dan kemudian sudah mulai kontemporer ini digitalisasi sekarang, penggabungan antara AI dengan original bakat, kemudian bisa dituangkan dengan naib-naib karya-karya yang luar biasa, dan kemudian bisa terbukti dari teman-teman yang kontemporer sekarang bisa sampai ke mancanegara, pelukis-pelukis kita yang asli dari Banyuwangi. Terima kasih.
Okay, so the contemporary art that we've seen in the background for our background is becoming a hits now in Indonesia, like becoming a trend, a little trend in Indonesia. And so not only the style of the contemporary art, but also the technique of contemporary art is also well developed in Indonesia nowadays. And Mr. Imam said that the contemporary art in Indonesia not only sold in Indonesia, but also already sold internationally right now. So yeah, it's becoming a trend in Indonesia.
Okay, so the use of digital and computer art or media art is well spread already. People are learning about it in schools.
Apa namanya contemporary art ini apakah sekarang kan spread terkenal di Indonesia, apa orang-orang itu belajarnya mulai di sekolah atau gimana?
Oh ya, teman-teman kebanyakan yang kontemporer ini adalah akademis, teman-teman akademis. Jadi dia hasil edukasi dia di akademis, kemudian dikolaborasi dengan teknik-teknik yang original bakat dia, kemudian membuahkan suatu hasil karya yang luar biasa, kayak yang kemarin ArtOs Nusantara, ada Gatot Pujiarto, dan teman-teman yang bisa go internasional di karyanya. Itu di ArtOs Nusantara ada juga karya dari Putra Sutawijaya yang beliau basicnya adalah akademis, kemudian dia dikolaborasi dengan imajinasi dia, membuahkan suatu karya yang kontemporer yang luar biasa yang bisa go internasional. Terima kasih.
Okay, so Mr. Imam said that this contemporary art mostly came from the academic background artists, and for example, back in May, if I'm not wrong, we held an art exhibition in Banyuwangi called ArtOs Nusantara. Yes. ArtOs Nusantara. In that art exhibition, there's a painter named Gatot Pujiarto, who also painted in contemporary art, and he successfully reached the market, like regional market or either like national market as well as international market. So yeah.
So it is, I mean, this the theme about intellectual property is very important to instill in artists today, right from the beginning.
With artists, right from the beginning. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I also know that there is an art fair which takes place annually in Jakarta. Does that include only Indonesian artists, or are you international?
I'm sorry, what?
There is a big art fair in Jakarta which takes place annually. I think it was started by somebody from Singapore and then went to Jakarta.
Oh, okay.
Is that international or local?
internasional artis yang dari Jakarta, Hanafi, ini sudah luar biasa. Hanafi kalau searching di Google, Hanafi itu yang kemarin peserta ArtOs Nusantara, itu dia kontemporer sangat terkenal dan dia bisa survive, bisa memenuhi kebutuhannya dari kontemporer, seni kontemporer. Bahkan dia sekarang di samping juga melukis, dia mengisi workshop di mana-mana sebagai narasumber. Pak Hanafi ini bisa dengan karya kontemporer itulah, makanya dia bisa roadshow keliling dunia, dia sebagai narasumber yang benar-benar bisa mengedukasi kita, teman-teman yang dari Banyuwangi, peserta dari Jakarta kemarin di ArtOs Nusantara. Terima kasih.
Kalau yang di Jakarta sendiri itu yang mengelola internasional apa nasional? Internasional apa nasional?
Kalau yang di Jakarta yang ngelola adalah internasional.
Oke.
Sekarang internasional. Dia sudah di Perlem di Cina, kemudian di Singapura, kemudian di Christie Singapura, Christie Hong Kong. Gitu. Pengelolanya orang Jakarta, tetapi di bawah naungan Edwin Gallery. Edwin Gallery.
Okay, so the art exhibition that you mentioned before, it is actually managed by Indonesian, but it has a collaborative with international friends. And yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we look forward, hopefully one day we'll come and visit.
Yes.
We'd like to very much.
Semoga suatu hari bisa ke sini buat visit.
Yeah.
Yes.
From then on, I'll move to, we all know about music and the music industry being absolutely huge in Southeast Asia. I think you're the biggest karaoke users in the world, and it's the fever has spread, like everybody likes to sing now. So Octav, tell me why you would support somebody like Farel, who's such a young artist and such a young prodigy.
Yeah, good morning, Geneva.
Good morning to you.
Sore. Selamat sore Indonesia. Thank you for having me here, WISe.ART. I'm Octav Panggabean, founder and CEO, also music producer at RPM. Thank you for your support, Bapak Sandiaga Uno. Yes, of course, RPM is proud to be collaborating with ArtOs and Banyuwangi musician like Mas Hussein Abana, who composed the song, and Mas Sudo Lanang, who arranged and others, which were performed in an extraordinary manner by our young artist, Farel Prayoga, of course, and Mbok Temu. Mbok Temu is a senior Banyuwangi female artist. So we put together the younger artist and the senior to sing the, what you call it, the jingle of ArtOs Nusantara. So all of this was possible because of the support from various parties. For all of this, I thank you very much for everybody here.
So can you tell us a little bit, we're waiting for Farel to join us. He's got, of course, a very busy timetable and schedule, but why did you decide to support him, or how did he come so famous so quickly?
Yeah, this is the new era. From nobody can be somebody in the second minute, third minute, 5 minutes can be boom. And then Farel Prayoga came from the young artist, came from Banyuwangi also.
Okay.
So you knew him. Yeah. So that's why in this project we use all the artists, composer, songwriter from Banyuwangi. Okay.
I thought maybe he had participated in some game like The Voice or like, Academy or Indonesia's Talents, these big shows that they have on television.
No, she just coming from the channel YouTube and we catch the potency. So all of Indonesian with about 270 million population there.
Yeah.
So it's just
Amazing.
boom.
Yeah. Well, you recognized him, so well done.
I think
Thank you so
Ibu
much.
Sixtine, maybe because Farel, he got the attention from President Joko Widodo, who asked him to sing live
Yes.
in the presidential palace during Independence Day celebration. That's
Ah,
how
Yes,
he got
yes,
famous. He got
yes,
viral.
okay.
And
All right.
yes.
So
That's one of the big moment for Farel to be famous.
and so are all
More
the girls
famous.
in Indonesia in love with him?
I think so.
Of course.
I think so.
Okay. How old is he now? 25 or 22?
Who? Farel.
Carol, yeah.
Farel
No,
is
it's just
13.
Farel.
He's 13 years old. I think.
13.
Oh, okay.
13
So
years old.
I misread my
Still
information. I knew
teenager.
he started young, but I thought he'd been in it for a while. Indra, before we conclude and we wait for Farel, tell us a little bit more about the Dream Team and how that all came about. And are you going to have Farel in the Dream Team?
Well, thank you, Sixtine, for the opportunity and having me here. And then it's very happy to be here together with you and the other WISe.ART and also the I production ArtOs, and especially with the artists from the community from Indonesia. So, well, yeah, this is separate from the Dream Team project. So this is about the IM production, just like what Lita has described before, that IM production is trying to do something else, starting from the Dream Team and then doing the project for the human race and then for the climate change with the First Nation. And then it came out another thoughts that probably that we can do something like, like Octav, we discuss a lot with Octav Panggabean, he's 25 years in music industry. And so he just told me that about how to bring, he's got the idea to combine music and the painting, with the ArtOs. And then he's trying to, and then he started to introduce me to Mr. Imam. And then we have several times to discuss together. We do some, discussion. And then this came up with the new idea. It's just like how we publish the music, but using the artwork for NFT. So I think it's a good idea. And then it's because of is all this kind of stuff. Even is a music and also in the painting. All the problem that the society is waiting for a solution is about the protection of the copyrights. So what I'm trying to bring up is about the technology side. That's trying to think about something like probably blockchain, especially for NFT. It's going to be something like, to become a new solution for the artwork,
Yeah, definitely. I think there is a need for protecting anything heritage. And as Lita was saying earlier, we used to collect our vinyls and we were so happy with having original signatures. And now you've got this proof of ownership, which is decentralized and immutable. So that's what makes it so important.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's how we start doing this project. And then thank you so much, Sixtine, for the WISe.ART, can bring this opportunity to all of us here. And I hope that this is going to be something that not just for the webinar for this time, but maybe in the future, in the long run, then we can do similar like this.
Well, we're definitely interested in the Forest Nation as well. I think we all need to do good, and I think people today, again, as Lita said, we need to provide the differentiator. And if you can buy an NFT and at the same time plant a tree you know, save a child, or all those sorts of things. I think it's very important today. And the fact that you've got it protected and your identification and your data is protected on a whether it's a server or whether it's your own cold ledger, you know, in a wallet, it'll come organically. I think everybody will start doing that anyway. The automobile industry are looking at it, the fashion are looking at it. The fashion industry is very big. I met someone the other day who is French, and he has a company that weaves ribbon, and they make something like 60 million meters of ribbons every year for, you know, for Miss World, for the mayors of every city and whatever. And they can integrate a QR code in the ribbon weaving, which is actually readable with the phone. So these are all things everybody is looking at it, and basically everybody is looking at protecting their ownership and their property, which is the main thing here. Absolutely, yeah. Maybe Octav, have you got on with the music industry? I know vinyls are coming back, and it's the big trend with the younger people. Again, we're back to vinyls. But do you think the new technology and the metaverse will also embrace music, the music industry?
Yes, of course. We're going go up years and years to be better. Then for me, now vinyl is still running, but not big enough for me. Vinyl just for what you call it, collector.
Yes. People like the sound better. They say that the electronic or the digital sound is too pure, and the vinyl has that little vintage sort of sound. But do you think that people will go to concerts in the metaverse, and that they will, you know, have their NFT tickets, which they will collect?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. They're so excited to wait.
It's not going fast enough for you guys, huh? We think it's going too fast here in Europe.
I think this is the time for us to go move.
Okay. Sounds good.
With all the technology, with all the sound, the technology, with the big thing we have. So I think this is the time.
What do you think about holograms like ABBA? They did the concert and they had their hologram of them young and then them old.
Yes.
And if people can now buy their own little ABBA group to put on their desk in a hologram. You think that's a good idea?
Yes.
And
yes, that's interesting. So we can meet up with our senior.
Absolutely. Lita, did I interrupted you? Did you want to?
Yeah. So
no. Sorry, I just saying we have to do it someday. You know, with WISe.ART, ArtOs, RPM, and everybody, we have to do it.
We'll get there. We're about to go into version 3 of the WISe.ART platform, where probably artists will be able to mint on the blockchain in their name. As it is today, where it's minted in the NFTs are actually, the origin or the provenance comes from WISe.ART, but the next move will be that it comes from the actual artist. And that will probably be by year end or early 2024. It's already happening in the world a little bit. The other thing that we're looking at is 3D imagery. That's why I was mentioning holograms, but it's a lot more precise. There's now screens that you have that exist already, but where you can look at on your own TV at home in a 3D environment. So all that's coming, quickly, and we're trying to be on top of things. Do we have any questions from the public? Let me see. I know that Tom is joined us from New Zealand, which is fantastic. Thank you, very welcome. If there's any questions, please don't forget to put them on the Q&A. If you've got anything in particular to ask about intellectual property, there is no, I should probably add that there is no yet globally accepted governance. I know that all the governments are looking at, protecting each artist's work, etc. It's a little bit difficult. There is a general rule that if somebody picks up something from the internet and works with it, whether it's through artificial intelligence or whether it's just adding color or changing something, or maybe in music, going in a different key and redoing something. I mean, I know that a lot of the DJs are using existing music and they're making their own compositions, etc. And the general rule is that if you alter the original by more than 30%, whether it's art, music, fashion, or whatever, it can be called yours. You can actually have possession of it. I don't know what you think of that. What's the general rule in Indonesia? Who can answer that one? Maybe Imam on the art side. Is there a rule already about intellectual property on artwork? We can't hear you, unfortunately.
Sorry. Untuk aktual aturan di properti ini di Indonesia masih belum ada aturannya ya. Jadi ada peluang yang luar biasa bila mana nanti itu untuk di Indonesia, untuk di properti itu belum ada aturan yang resmi dari pemerintah daerah maupun pusat yang kiranya untuk mengisi ruang-ruang dekorasi di properti-properti yang ada di Indonesia.
Actual property yang ini I'm sorry, Sixtine. Did you ask about property security or something like that?
I'm talking about intellectual property. In other words, if somebody copies a painting by an artist and then changes it, is that what is the rule in Indonesia?
Copyright. Is it like copyright?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh ya, tentang copyright.
Belum.
So, Mr. Imam.
Untuk perlindungan untuk copyright untuk artis untuk di Indonesia belum.
Okay. So as far as Mr. Imam no, there's still no strict rules about copyright property in Indonesia, especially for fine arts, Mr. Imam. Untuk seni rupa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially for fine art, because Mr. Imam playing in fine arts and not in another art. So yeah, especially in fine art.
I think that's a very important, it's the same they're working on it, all the governments, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, some people will say is that technology is faster than government ruling. So sometimes it's not as well protected as it could be. On the other hand, you also have to trust the human race, right, Indra? And hope that people will respect everybody's work accordingly.
Yeah. Saya terima kasih sekali kepada WISe.ART dalam webinar hari ini. Sekali lagi saya terima kasih sekali bisa bergabung di WISe.ART untuk hari ini, karena dengan adanya webinar ini kita mungkin bisa mengawali untuk aktual properti ya, untuk perlindungan untuk copyright-nya, untuk fine art bagi seniman-seniman Banyuwangi dan Indonesia umumnya. Terima kasih.
Okay, so Mr. Imam say that he really grateful for this webinar and the collaboration that we had with WISe.ART, because he hopefully see it as an opportunity for the artists to protect copyright and their copyrights with this NFT and blockchain related things.
Yeah. So, it's there's the two things. It's the intellectual property, the proof of ownership, but the last as well, very important new thing that it introduces is that if the work is sold again, if there is a secondary market, people buy it and then they sell it to somebody else, the initial owner, in this case it will be the artist, will get a commission, which is already the case in music and film industry, but not in the art industry.
Okay. Yeah. katanya kalau misalnya nggak ada kayak ginian itu nanti bisa dijual lagi, maksudnya satu party dijual orang terus dijualkan lagi gitu.
Ya, oke. Terima kasih sekali. Dengan adanya webinar dan sistem market NFT sama Metaverse ini, kita sangat diuntungkan, dan sekali lagi saya terima kasih kepada WISe.ART untuk beberapa yang nantinya menjadi catatan bagi perupa, khususnya Banyuwangi dan di Indonesia umumnya. Terima kasih.
Okay, Mr. Imam. Mr. Imam really said thank you and be grateful for this opportunity that he got from WISe.ART and from RPM and from every parties that involved in this webinar as well as this opportunity. And so he also hoped that this will be an opportunity for other artists in Indonesia, especially in Banyuwangi.
I think everyone on the panel here joins me in saying you're welcome, and we're very honored to have you.
Terima kasih katanya Om. Katanya selalu padahal ngomong terima kasih sama-sama.
Sama-sama.
Okay, I've got Farel is actually here from Rice TV.
Yay.
So where is he joining in with his link? Lita, can you maybe help him so I can see him?
Okay, just a minute.
He's typing on the chat box that he's here. Hello, Farel. If you can hear us, hello. Do you want to maybe explain to him that in Indonesian that he needs to join in with the link? Maybe in the meantime, until he joins us, we will then put on the new video, the new clip. But I would like to ask every one of you what your advice is to future artists and to musicians as well as artists. So maybe Imam, we've just spoken to. Sorry, lost your names. Octav. Sorry, Octav, do you want to give some advice to future musicians?
Keep the spirit. Do everything with your passion.
That sounds good. Passion is always a good advice. What about Indra? Have you got any special advice for the younger generations?
Well, I just want to tell the people that the artists and also the musician, they have to be to see about another side of the technology of the blockchain and NFTs, because NFTs I think is going to be something that protect the future of the copyrights for artists and the musicians. So yeah, I think we got to open
recording in progress
to do that.
Hello, everyone.
Okay,
We've got Farel. He look like you're in an airplane. Hello.
I'm sorry, we are late because I'm at Lampung now. It's yourself, Farel.
Hello, my name is Prayoga. I'm from Indonesia.
Welcome, Farel. So what do you want to tell your fans? Do you want to tell your fans something? Go ahead in Indonesian and we'll get a translator.
Okay, so I'm well, excuse me for a second, please. So I'm also assisting Farel as his interpreter as well. So yeah. Okay, so
Sorry, what is your name?
Oh, my name?
Yes.
Oh, my name is Tasya.
Masya? Tasya. Okay. So Farel, I'm talking to you now. Do you want to say something to your fans who are all listening? This is live on YouTube, and then Tasya will interpret.
Okay. Farel, ada yang mau diomongin ke fansnya nggak? Soalnya ini juga lagi live di YouTube. Farel mau ngomong apa ke fansnya Farel sekarang?
Bahasa Indonesia.
Iya,
Ya.
bahasa Indonesia nggak apa-apa. Nanti diterjemahin pakai bahasa Inggris.
Halo buat teman-teman yang nonton ini. Welcome. Semangat ya.
Okay. Farel said that hello everyone. So for you who watch this live, hello all, and fighting is like semangat, fighting.
Okay. Can Farel, can you tell us about your new song? Are you proud of your new song and the clip?
New song yang ArtOs. Gimana dengan ArtOs?
Ya.
Farel ditanya soal lagu barunya gimana? Tanggapannya Farel.
Ya.
Lagunya gimana tentang lagu baru Farel?
Apa suruh nyanyi?
Suruh nyanyi atau?
Farel diminta buat tanggapi tentang lagu baru yang Farel buat, tepatnya lagu yang ArtOs ini, lagu yang ArtOs kemarin. Gimana perasaannya Farel nyanyi lagu
Perasaannya, tanggapannya Farel.
Tanggapannya Farel tentang lagu ArtOs kemarin, gimana?
Apa ya?
Gini, menurut Farel kan itu kan tetap lagu daerah Jawa ya, lagu Banyuwangi ya. Jadi dia senang dengan lagu itu, senang, dan menyanyikannya juga senang dia.
Okay, so Farel say that he's happy singing that song, and because the song lyrics is also in Banyuwangi language or Osing language actually. So really happy to sing the song representing Banyuwangi and stuff.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I will now end the webinar with the song. So please, everybody, thank you so much. You will get the recordings and we will.
Recording in progress.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Bye for now.
Hello, sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Terima kasih Farel gitu.
Ya. Sebelumnya minta maaf ya, soalnya kita terlambat, terus posisi kita memang dalam pesawat.
Oh, okay. So Farel and his team apologizing for being late because they're right now still in airplane to catch up another plane and another schedule. So yeah, they are apologizing for that.
Well, have a great trip anyway, safe trip. All right,
Yeah.
I will try and put the song on. So bye everyone, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next webinar, probably in September. Bye.
Thank you, Sixtine. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Sixtine.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. Remember that the NFT is for sale, is going to be dropped on WISe.ART and Indra Putra's IMP production website or platform shortly. It'll probably be in the next few weeks. So look for that. This was a world premiere. So thank you, Farel. Thank you, Indra. Thank you, Octav, Lita. Thank you for your assistance. Thank you, the interpreter, Tasia. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Sixtine. Bye, everyone. Thank you.